I understand.
The other dredging. And believe me, it was absolutely horrible. And I don't want anybody in this town, well, you have no idea.
No, but we've
heard. You can't imagine how bad it was.
We've heard that from other citizens, sir. We have. They've
and I
complained
wanted
about
to
it
make
as
sure.
well.
So I offered to the mayor.
So please
some
come to the
comments.
meeting.
She contacted me and said, would you please come down and meet with us? So I met with her and the business administrator, and I laid everything out on I pulled no punches, I laid everything out on the line. She asked him to get this information for me to show me what they were proposing. She never said it was finalized. She said it was proposed. But she never told me the organization was involved either.
I'm sorry about that. We are. So can I ask that you give me your contact information? Because I would like you to come to the session and be able to repeat this, because this is what we need to hear on the record as well.
Right. Well, so they did the regional part of the lake here. They made a big deal out of putting the Pompton Lakes Navy. They have to put a floating.
How you doing, Bob?
Good. So, could I ask a favor? Could you, I know you set up the camera, but last time when people bring up the fact that like it was kind of making people nervous, they were going up behind them and filming. Could you sit down or put the camera down on the table and film? I don't mind.
Sure, it's less shaky, but I couldn't. I don't want to show his blood.
Yeah. Well,
that didn't look good. Plus,
plus, if you want a copy, we can also give you a copy of our footage as well.
Well, you know, you like taking it, and I like taking it.
Well, no problem. But if you
went around and around and around with this pipe. 10, 12 hours a day. It was so loud that in my living room, I couldn't hear someone speaking to me in an old tone of voice on the other side of the room. And it was 10 hours. It was absolutely horrible. Every complaint in the world when I get in. Okay. Nothing was dealt.
And they just covered the trucks up, right?
Yeah. Well, then they gave up on the dredge and they took that all apart. And then they brought in 9 trucks and put together a manslaughter, which is a giant drag line, and decided this was the way they were going to go. And they started dragging the lake, and they made a berm out to the island. Then from the island all the way up to the lake, then they brought in 2 pumps called relevant pump, and they drained this side of the lake. Okay? And then they put the drag line in, and they started taking out the material. Well, that was great, except at the other end of the lake, they ran into sand. A lot of it. Washed sand. You know how valuable that is? And they kept digging and digging and putting it in trucks and going right out. It's ready to go. It's sand. And there was a hole up there, and that thing must have been 70 feet deep. And they kept digging it out. Finally, everybody was complaining. So they decided, okay, we'll stop. So then they started to let the water come back in. They took the berm out. Only trouble is, when you drag something, you don't get it smooth. You have pipe roots. And it was so bad you'd be riding your boat up to after the lake was full to level. And people were going flying off their boats because they were bottoming out. It was simply amazing. I could go on and on and on. I know somebody wanted to go to the hospital because they were flying off the boat. And we tried everything. But it was, I have to tell you, at the time, all political people connected. The person doing the dragging was an ex-mayor of a nearby city. So, but
Mr. Finazzo, before you give that up, please, will the EPA or the DEP be issuing a map such as this one issued by DuPont as to the depth of dredging? I don't consider 6 inches dredging. I do that with a hand shovel. Okay? I'm not attacking you. I'm just asking for information. The determination from their maps that I've seen to date in their reports, we're talking 6 to 18 inches. And then putting what they call a biological layer back in, which is called a cap. In their reports, it's their words, not mine. That's what they're proposing. Now, I'm sure in areas they may go deeper.
Right.
Give us the information.
But I think, George, that is the information that's currently available. So if we have questions about it, this is what we need to bring back to DuPont. But that is the EPA. If you're asking me, is EPA going to go out there and do their own mapping? The question
No, I would expect it to. I would expect DuPont to tell you that in quadrant XYZ, we're going to go to a depth of 6 feet because it's required. In quadrant 3, we're going to go to a depth
that I believe will be part of the work plan that they have to submit. Is they will, and we have had discussions about verification because I know that's an issue. To make sure.
Secondary issue.
And I've heard that issue. I've heard that there needs to be verification, and that their report right now says that there will be no post dredging or whatever remediation verification,
right.
and that's still on the table.
Basically what this is saying is I don't know if you can see it or not.
I know the lake well, so.
There's a line coming through here, and this area here is going to be, is proposed to be sediment removal, which is shallow, and then this area here, which is now covered with trees, is going to be actual soil removal. But they can't remove that until they get sediment out, because they need to put the sediment where the soil is, until they can get the water to get it out. That's what they're planning on doing. I don't necessarily agree with the plan, but that's what's being offered right now. And like the lady said, it's not finalized, so.
Stay involved, though, stay with us, keep us abreast.
Do we have an idea of when that public availability session will be?
We're looking at between like October 10th and the 18th. It will depend on availability of facilities in town and also no conflict with any other public meetings so that people don't have conflicts.
Thank you all.
Just Barbara, for your information, our next CAG meeting will be October 17th, so if it's not on the same day, that would be great.